Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Kriti Shroff, and I'm a leading career counselor. And I co-founded the organization Careers with Kriti back in 2015. Today, here we are with our special webinar called Career Discovery, where we will be inviting 10 different industry professionals, and each of our following videos will be talking about one industry and one career with a leading professional from that space. So we bring to you more knowledge and more content with the help of industry. Marathon with our last career, which is into film and art direction, another very, very coveted career, which a lot of students have now started asking us to talk about. And we have with us our last speaker for today, which is Ms. Anshita. Hi, Anshita.
Hi, Kriti. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Thank you for joining us and spending your time on a
Not a
Sunday.
problem. I'm really thankful for making me join this.
I'm so glad that, all my panelists have been so kind enough and forthcoming to come and share their stories, their insights about their respective careers. So for all the audience, we are here talking about careers in film and art direction with the help of Anshita, who has a brilliant career in the same space. So Anshita, my first question to you is that, film, media, all of this has been a lot talked about, and there has
I
always been a
most
concern. There's always been a concern about a poor success rate in this field. Traditionally growing around, we just used to see a Bollywood, and we could see that not everybody makes it large and big there. However, in the recent times, this rise of the OTT platforms and a lot of media on the web has increased the size of the industry and made more room for people. So we want to know from you, what are the kind of opportunities that are there in this industry for students who, and this especially comes to me because in the last 3 4 years, I see students are now not shying away from clearly saying that we want to be in the film industry. There was an
yeah,
era where I was growing up, and despite anybody wanting to be in the film, had no audacity to go and tell their parents that we want to be in the film. But
same,
today's
same
but
with me.
yeah, but today's students, as young as class 8, 9, they come to me and say that, ma'am, we want to be in the films. And parents, not everybody, but yes, a good 50% of parents are allowing them to at least explore that space. So we want to understand how big is that space and what are the kind of opportunities for them.
See, it is a very vast field and it's a very creative field, first of all. So I wanted to tell you what is production design exactly, because I don't know, people might know this or not, the students. So basically, a production designer is somebody who whole individually he decides the aesthetics, the story, and the time period of the movie. It's all up to the production designer. So we for us it is like, once the movie is scripted, it's us who create the background and the visuals and what kind of aesthetics would the movie have. So for us it's a very big responsibility and it's not a very easy job to do. I thought, because when I used to go to for movie, kuch nahi hai. They're just putting cards around and they're just putting a wallpaper around and they're just putting a furniture around. But when I started doing it, I just felt that no, it's not an easy job. It's a very, very difficult. And however, the rise in OTT platforms has vastened the career in film industry. A lot of, maybe it's a fashion stylist or a set decorator or a script writer or a dialogue writer, whatever field it is. So because of OTT, a lot of people who were still struggling to get their push on, they got it because of the OTT platform. Yeah. So there are a lot of opportunities you can opt if you want to get into industries. There are a lot of, see, you can get into the cinematography, you have screenplay, you can go into script writing, you can just be a prop set decorator, you can be a set designer. So there are a lot of, you can be a graphic designer for this. There are vast kind of possible opportunities you can take. I can't hear you. Sorry, something is wrong.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I feel also this whole idea of storytelling for any business has become important. Today we've moved from blog writing to visual storytelling for a business. I mean, I see so many businesses who will run small little ads to promote themselves,
Def-
and this is being done even in small cities. Forget,
Hmm.
they're not going to a film city to produce and shoot their ads. So I think that's also another industry that has opened up for filmmakers. What do you say? I mean, people who know the art of storytelling, can they get into something like this?
Definitely. Actually, basically, it's the same kind of a field for them. They can definitely get into it because it's not really different from the what we consider, but it's an apt thing to do.
Absolutely. Now we see that, in the recent few years, I've seen that students have started opting for programs in script writing, cinematography, filmmaking, stage design, makeup for films. These are some of the programs which my students have personally gone into,
Okay.
and I'm sure there can be many more within this
Yeah,
space. I
yeah,
mean, you are an
definitely.
expert, and I'm just trying to take a guess. So, what do you think are the kind of skills that are required to excel in this career?
See, for me, what I have done, because it's very different from what I have done and what I am into. So basically, I went into interior designing. And when I was doing it, I just felt like I can't do a job. I can't sit around in an office and design something. It's not me, not at all me. So when I was in Bombay, when I was doing my interiors, I found out something which is related to my interiors, and there is a field. And I had a dream from when I was a child. And I had a dream to get into industry some way or another. It was my dream. So then related my course with the industry thing. So that's why how I got into it. So and then but there are particular colleges, if you want to pursue this and you are very sure that you want to do this, there are particular colleges are there. First of all, Whistling Woods, it's a very famous college in Bombay, and it is the one of the best filming college. And once there is FTI in Pune, there's one of there are a lot of colleges, but these two are very famous,
Popular.
popular. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely. So, do you recommend students taking up some kind of internships or some additional programs during their graduation to understand more about this whole space? Because, like you recently said that the space is huge in its own self. So, do you make that choice before you enroll into a program, or you enroll into a larger, a broader program at an undergraduate level, and then understand more that you want to be in which segment of the filmmaking process, and then make that decision?
See, it depends if you're very sure about it, but I can just say internship is really important. You can't just join something and just figure it out. You have to work prior to that to understand what kind of thing you really want to do. Internship for me is very important. So you can also understand is that the kind of field you want to take in, or are you just wasting your effort doing it?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. My next question to you, Anshita, is what are the industry trends that you see in this career? Where is this industry moving towards, and what kind of different opportunities can a student think of getting taking up? Because especially because we are talking to school students, so they
Hmm.
would be getting into the industry at least 4 to 6 years from now. So, what,
Okay.
how, what kind of trends do we think are there in this space?
Now nowadays I can just see in the industry changing into an OTT platform altogether. See, basically more than theater things and all, OTT is the very big platform.
Yeah,
And later on, I feel it will all become digital. Then a lot of people will move. No, I don't think so. Theater would be that much of importance now.
correct. Absolutely.
Yeah,
So you see that the space is only to grow. You feel that?
yeah, it is very much, very much. Yeah.
My last question to you, Anshita, is that a lot of people feel that there's a lot of glamour associated to film, and I see a lot of students get attracted towards film because of the glamour quotient there. You know, so how's the general lifestyle in this industry, and how does a typical day look like for a person who's in this industry?
Basically, there is definitely glamour, but glamour is not all film industry is about. If you
Right.
come inside an industry, it's hard work. It's really big hard work of so much of people. One 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 project takes like 200 300 people who are doing it. That's the hard work they are doing it. It's glamour from the outside, but from the inside it's just the hard work of the people.
So
And
any
for me
any
day is like I don't remember. I sometimes forget to eat also because it's so busy, because you don't get time. It's really busy. Once you're doing it, for me as a production designer, I have to be the first person come on set and the last person leave the set. For a production design, I'm telling you.
and what does a production designer exactly do? I'm just asking this question so that
Yeah,
students get to understand
yeah.
what is
Basically,
production.
if I'll give you an example. If you're shooting in a restaurant, so you have to create the whole restaurant. That's our work. What colors, what kind of props you'll use, whatever behind the camera, whatever the setup is done by us. Everything from a
So when we see the large sets of Bahubali, it's the production designers work.
definitely. And see, there is nowadays VFX has come along a lot. So what we do nowadays, what bigger movie, bigger budget movies do, they create a smaller miniature set for the people to shoot in, and then they create a vast set on VFX. Yeah, but considering in the Bollywood industry, if you have seen Sanjay Leela Bansali's movie, so it's purely a complete set. It takes a year to create that set. A year. It's from the scratch. It's nothing you shoot it on the pace. It's wholeheartedly bigger set from scratch. Everything.
So different design, different production houses and different directors will have their own ways of
Yeah.
working, but largely it's the entire the set, the production set that production directors are working on.
See, it depends. It's wholly dependent on the budget of the movie. If they have a larger kind of budget, so they can go vast with the sets. If they have a smaller budget, they will have to cut off. You don't have to do set. You can there are a lot of locations where you can just dress up. You can just redecorate the house. You can change the aesthetics of the house, and you can just shoot in it. Depend Whole depends on the budget.
Right. So my last question to you, Anshita, is any piece of advice that you want to share with students who are planning to get into this whole space of film,
Definitely.
art and direction, movie space? What will be your advice?
The first advice is please go to a particular college to do this. Because if you go to a particular college, you will get to know if you are into production design, or you want to do script writing, or you want to be an actor, even an actor. So if you go to that college, you will experience every kind of segments what film industry has. Then you will get an idea ki, no, this is what I have to do. And you can learn that kind of process, and you can see the process how you have to be studied, how you can just go forward with it.
Great, superb. I think that's very important. And today, like you rightly said, there are a couple of proper institutions
Yeah,
available which offer you full-time graduation programs in various aspects of film design. So you could, like I'm telling you, my own students have been into script writing, makeup for film, set and art production, cinematography. So it's important that um, you develop and equip yourself with the right kind of skills from a professional program. Make the right connections. I feel that is
right.
another very important space
Connection and
in,
luck.
yes, in this industry, because you get your work with the help of your luck and your connections.
Definitely.
So being at the right space, make networking is an important skill. I feel that is required in this
I
industry. You
think
need
that's
to
the
know
most.
more and more people, and you have the ability to ask and reach out to people to give you work, at least in the initial years.
You have to be very social about it, very social, and networking is the most important. It's the most important thing in industry. For me, I have not been to a particular college. I feel that if I would have been, so I would have been much better. I don't know how better I am, but if I have been to that particular college, I would have been like 50% better what I'm doing right now. I feel that.
I'm sure. I'm sure. So with this, we'll wrap the session, and I'll just move on to the questions. So um, just let me take up questions from the audience. So there's a question is, how do you make others understand, especially parents, that you're really passionate about films and stuff?
See, for me, it was very easy because my dad was very attracted to film industry. So I made him understand that I am doing something which is, because he's an interior designer. He has a store in Kanpur itself. So he does interiors and also kind of very easy for me to make him understand that what I'm doing and what I wanted to do. But for people like this, I think now it is it's very easy for the people right now, I think. Because now the parents
Yeah.
are easy on.
Yeah, parents are comparatively easier. However, having said that, it's still a space which has a lot of luck factor in it. Okay. Unlike any other profession where if you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, or you're a nutritionist, we talked about image consulting, we talked about psychology, we talked about so many careers, at least in the last 2 days. There, if you're good, you will get work. If you're good, you will get work. Here, despite how good you are, there is a luck factor involved.
Definitely.
So definitely, as a parent, you're a parent is a well-wisher, and they're concerned about this fact that what if you don't get lucky in that space. So my advice to you, whoever has asked this question, is that when you're trying to convince your parents, talk about a backup career which may be in a very related field. You know, so like I had a student who wanted to become an actor, and he came to me about 3 years back, and we asked him to get into VFX because he was also very good with computers and drawing. So we asked him to get into proper full-time graduation into animation and VFX so that he has a fallback career. If acting does not happen to him, at least he'll be in that industry. He can keep auditioning because he's doing editing work for films and other things. But he has something which is more steady. So again, if you're interested in taking up a career in film, and especially something which is more mainstream like acting or direction, which are very mainstream roles, it is more luck dependent. So get into more of a skill based role, which is something uh, like what she's doing into production design, something into makeup for films, something into casting of costume uh, for films. So these are more of skill-based careers, which if you are good, you will get roles. And when you're behind the camera and if you want to be in front of the camera, you can keep auditioning because you're networking with those people. You are in that industry. And then your parents will be more convinced about you being there.
Definitely, it's the perfect explanation. It's a perfect. It is.
Great. Thank you, Anshita. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you all the audience who've been with us for the last two days. It was an absolute marathon. And we will be posting all the videos on our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of messages in our inbox saying that we missed it. We attended one session. We could not attend the other ones. So I've shared the YouTube handles on the chat box, and I will also be sharing the YouTube channels on the WhatsApp group. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once the editing of these videos are done, we would be posting each and every video on our YouTube handle, so that if any of you have missed or you want to again refer back to, you can just visit our YouTube channel. And we will be back again next summer with another set of 10 brilliant careers for your benefit. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anshita. Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.